Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talks to Go, the best damn podcast you've never heard. And it is our official 100th episode.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. We have hit
Woo!
the century mark.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, when we started this thing back in January of 2023.
Has it really been that long?
It's been that long, a little bit more than 2.5
moly.
years. Do you think we would make it this far?
No. We barely made it to 100. We barely made it from 99 to 100.
Well, yeah, get this final leap is taking us a little bit of time.
You know what? It's
but we're
summer.
here.
It's summer. We've kind of been all over the map a little bit, mostly in Massachusetts being all over the map. So we haven't been as consistent as of late. It's been a little bit rickety in the past couple months, but we have officially hit our 100 episode milestone. And did you think we would ever make it here?
I didn't. No, if truth be told, I didn't. I thought there would be some obstacles
And
along the way.
There have
been.
Yeah.
But you know what? We
Made it.
We crossed those barriers
You're welcome.
successfully. Quite frankly, I'm proud of what we've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just this morning I was looking to see how many guests we've had.
You counted.
I counted.
And
how many you think since we began?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to talk about some of them in a few minutes. But
I think
how many do you think we've had? Now, I'm not saying pairs, or
yeah.
of course we've had a few as part of our Remembering Dad series.
Did
so
you
how
count
many?
our duplicates? We had one duplicate.
We've had one duplicate,
Okay.
which I'd like to.
Okay, I'm
talk
going to say 32.
You're very close.
What was it?
I think it's in actuality 36 or 37.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, but not the number, but the quality.
Yeah. Not some, a lot, and all amazing people.
Yeah, all of them. And
Yeah.
oftentimes we're asked, what is the most rewarding part of you and I doing this?
Yeah, it's definitely not doing it with you.
Well, thanks. Feelings mutual. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's definitely meeting those people who we've had as guests.
Yeah, the interviews
and getting
are
to know
the most
them
rewarding.
Beyond their public
persona.
Yeah.
It's not even, because you can say there's a persona, but what I think we found is that the way that a lot of these people are as their public persona isn't like a persona. It's literally them, and we've just gotten to meet that person, like
the other thing
they're the same when we talk to them as they are in public.
Well, in that regard, there have been a few, I will readily admit, that I thought I would be what I'll call starstruck. I really did.
In your own niche world.
Yeah, in my world. I thought, I will be honest enough to say that when we had Chris Mad Dog Russo, who I've been a fan of for many, many years, wow, I didn't think, and from to his credit, okay, not to ours, but to his credit, from the first moment, he made me, I don't know how you feel, made us feel so comfortable.
Yeah. It felt the opposite
was no big
way.
deal.
Yeah, it's felt the opposite way for a lot of these guests. It's like, as the host, you feel you have a job to do and to make your guests feel super comfortable. And yes, of course, that is still what we have to do all the time. But in essence, it's almost like the other way around a lot of the times.
I think that's a very good point you
where,
make. Yeah, they made us feel
they're
comfortable.
making us feel at ease, and it feels less of like an interview and more of more conversational rather than an interview.
And I think part of that dynamic, and I know I've said this a lot,
they have each other.
Well, they have each other, but I think this is worth repeating, and that is, if we were celebrities ourselves, okay, I think it'd be a little bit different as one quote unquote celebrity talking to another quote unquote celebrity. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of difference because they would have some familiarity with us then. We're not celebrities.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we will be. We keep this up. Who knows? But at this juncture, we definitely are not.
Yeah.
Yet, the respect that they showed us and the kindness and the caring and the openness was really terrific. Really great.
Yeah.
And I could say to a guest, I can't think of one that was not that way.
Yeah, no. Every single one of our 36, 37, whatever guests have been. And it's not just like 37 guests, because if you think about it, it's like 37 times 2.
Right.
Because
Correct.
we've had the father and the daughter for
Right.
most of our interviews. So, we've had like 60 plus people come on, which has been super amazing.
Is there any one in particular, any one thing that any one of them said that stands out for you?
I don't know. I think what makes it so nice and good is that not all father-daughter relationships are the same. And I think what's been super special has been like the honesty from a lot of these father-daughter relationships, because, not every family dynamic is perfect. Like ours isn't perfect. And, behind closed doors, we argue and we disagree.
Sure.
But we also, of course, get along and whatnot. But just to have them come on and be honest about the behind the scenes dynamic, how things aren't always perfect. And there were maybe some with some of our older fathers and daughters, there have been like bumps in the road, and they haven't talked as frequent or as often, and they've come back together and are close now. So just having them be vulnerable and honest, definitely grateful for that.
Since I knew I was going to ask you that question, I thought you were going to ask it of me. So
sure, Dad. What about you?
Well, a couple of things.
I wouldn't be a good co-host if I didn't
a few
ask.
things. First of all, I want to give a tremendous amount of credit to the guests who were a few of our first, because let's be real. They took a leap of faith with us, right? We were brand new. We had never done this before.
We were green.
I think the very first dad-daughter who we interviewed were Ian Eagle and his daughter Erin.
Yep.
And I've known Ian for many, many years in a different context, but again, for him and her to come on, they were great right from the get-go. And I think that established the comfort factor for us, right? So again,
in the beginning, a lot of the people that we interviewed were people that we sort of had some connection to.
In the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
We took advantage of that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, not at all.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, whatever. Again, just random thoughts. One thing that one of our guests said, and this was Chloe Malas, right? Chloe Malas, who's the entertainment correspondent for NBC News. I'll never forget her telling us about how excited and perhaps even nervous she was about appearing on the Today Show for the first time. And she was stranded up in Toronto, right? And she couldn't get a flight back, so she had to drive. And that's a long drive back from Toronto.
Yep.
And she didn't stop once to go to the bathroom. I know it's not like the biggest deal in the world, but again, it's something that stuck out to me. And of course, some of the guests we've had. You mentioned repeat guests. We've had one repeat guest, and that's Brooke Eby, who continues to fight valiantly in her battle against ALS.
Yeah.
She and her dad, Cliff, have been our only repeat guests.
Yeah, and I will say, her episodes are probably the top 2 most viewed, most listened to episodes that we've had. And that just goes to show how great of a community she's built, and that they follow her and support her no matter what. And the ALS community is such a strong community and are in that battle and that fight with her. Because they didn't have to, they don't have to come and listen to us and support us, but they're doing it via Brooke, and that just goes to show how amazing of a person she and her dad and her whole family
and they
are.
know they have an open invitation. Anytime they want, they can come on and be a three-peat guest of ours. And that same token, by that same token, I should say, another one of our guests, in fact, she was our very first Remembering Dad series guest, and that was Della Larson. Della sadly lost her battle to ALS, but we continue to remember her.
Well, we've sadly lost 2 of our guests.
Yeah, and the other one was Rick Wolf, who for many, many years was the host on WFAN, a radio station here in the New York area. He had a show on Sunday morning called the Sports Edge, I believe it's called. And we had interviewed him in January of 2024. And by the time we were ready to drop the episode in March, he sadly lost his battle to brain cancer, but to the credit of his daughters, Samantha and Alyssa, they graciously allowed us to release that episode, and we'll be forever grateful to them for that.
Yeah. So shout out to Della and Rick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a remarkable journey in that regard.
Yeah, and we, at our 1-year anniversary, we did our trying new things, a few things that I didn't think I would ever do.
Amongst those, which were let's recap what we did.
Yeah,
We did
so
in no particular order.
If you've come to us a little bit later in the game, when we hit our first 1-year anniversary of the podcast, leading up to January 4th, we, on the first, second, third, and fourth, we tried 4 new things that the two of us had never done before together. We did axe throwing, we did go-karting, racing.
Right.
We did indoor skydiving, and you tried to do my makeup.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, applying your makeup.
Yeah, you applied my makeup. All right.
So I'll ask this question: of the 4, which was the biggest disaster?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious.
Yes,
the makeup.
Yes, a makeup artist I shall never be.
Yeah. Maybe we give that another go.
Okay, I don't know about that.
See if you've improved.
Aside from that, which of those other 3? I'll say either that did you most enjoy?
I will say, honestly, all 3, and this is like a cumulative experience that I felt with doing all 3, is they were all a lot more difficult than I expected. Because axe throwing is way more difficult than I ever expected. Like, the axes are heavy. And honestly, the next day, my arm was so sore.
Right.
And then with the race kart driving, I felt super claustrophobic in that helmet. And I honestly didn't feel that, I really enjoy driving, but I didn't feel that comfortable behind a go-kart. And some of these kids that were driving amongst us were ruthless.
I loved it. I
know you loved it.
Yeah, I
loved it. The indoor skydiving, just
that was a totally different experience.
That was so crazy and ridiculous, and I wouldn't say difficult, but different than I imagined in my head, I guess. So they were all unique. What did I enjoy the most? I don't know. They were all fun, but definitely go-karting was at the bottom.
Yeah, I know that for you.
Yeah.
How
about you? I know you enjoyed the karting the most.
I did enjoy it. I really didn't know what to expect with the indoor skydiving.
Yeah.
It was
our instructor was a little sassy.
Yeah, of the 3, I think it was the most challenging for me.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the axe throwing. And I really enjoyed the go-karting. Yeah.
And you didn't enjoy doing my makeup.
It wasn't a question of not enjoying
no,
it.
No, it's fair.
It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
100%.
Because it's something that I've never, ever done, and I don't know if I'll ever do it again. But, but I'm glad we did those things.
I'm glad we did it too. And maybe we'll do it again at our 5-year anniversary. Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, that was a good, fun time. Should we talk about a little bit life lately?
Sure.
Okay. I feel like we it hasn't been the two of us in a while, and a lot is going on and is going to be going on. I feel like I never fully gave a real announcement as to what's kind of been happening in my life lately and what I will be doing. So we sort of dropped it. We talked about it briefly in our last interview. We briefly announced it, but I will officially be working at the US Open starting this week. So obviously this episode comes out today, Wednesday. So tomorrow will be my first official day of working at the US Open. Shout out to Bruce Beck, who helped me with this amazing opportunity. And yeah, it's definitely surreal. It's going to be my first ever big sporting event that I'm working at. I'm going to be a production assistant for the International World Feed.
Or the World
the world broadcast feed.
Yeah.
I'm super excited, super anxious, just ready to sort of dig my heels in and see what I'm going to be doing. So I can't wait. I picked up my credentials, which was an adventure in itself. I won't go into full details of what went down, but it was definitely an adventure. Again, I don't feel like it'll feel real until I actually get going and we're into the tournament, because I've only ever been to the US Open as a spectator.
As most people.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So, and now I'll be working, which is crazy. Like it doesn't feel real.
Well, and on Sunday night you kind of had, speaking of the US Open, somewhat of a
full circle experience.
Full circle experience.
Yeah,
you want to explain
and
that?
it didn't hit me until I was at the concert. So let's rewind a little bit. So on Sunday night, I went to the Jonas Brothers concert at MetLife Stadium, which was absolutely incredible. It's definitely up there in all the concerts I've ever seen. It was really incredible. And I said this to you and I said this to my mom, that they have never sounded better. Their vocals have never been better. Joe blew, I always thought Nick was maybe up there as the most talented vocalist out of all the Jonas Brothers, but Joe sang his freaking pants off. He is amazing, and he's never sounded better in my opinion. So shout out to them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I know Joe sings and Nick. Does Kevin
does sing,
but does he have the vocal chops to has he ever sung lead on any of their songs?
I don't think he's. I am not a Jonas Brothers historian,
okay,
so I can't say it without someone probably fact checking me on this. I know, and I'm pretty sure he sang a solo song for their TV show Jonas on the Disney Channel, and that's out there somewhere in the ether.
Right.
However, I don't think he's ever sang solo on any of the Jonas Brother projects.
Okay.
He sings harmonies and background vocals and all of that, but I don't think he's ever fully sang solo. So I don't actually know what he sounds like.
Yeah, and you showed me a video. What really blew me away?
Yeah.
And it's not like giving away any secret. The very last song they did in the concert, they brought the entire family out.
They brought the whole family out.
And
Papa Jonas, Mom Jonas, Frankie
father
Jonas. Yeah.
Has an incrable voice.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
You understand where
now I know where the vocal cords come from.
And they all started out in church. I'm pretty sure was the pastor
in New Jersey.
Yeah. Shout out. He was the pastor of their church. And again, please fact check me, because I'm not a Joe Bro historian.
But amazing.
No, incredible.
Yeah.
Freaking incredible.
Yeah. Beautiful tone.
Oh my God, insane.
Yeah.
You get where their musical chops came from.
Great.
Yeah, and they talked about how every Sunday night they would sit around the living room and pick up the guitar and play the piano and just create songs. And the song that they sang, When You Look Me in the Eyes, the last song they sang at the concert, was the first song they all wrote together with their dad and their mom and everything. So yeah, who knows if Frankie was born yet, but
okay.
But no, it was incredible, and they brought out the Demi Lovato,
Miss Demi
Lovato. I had never heard any stadium so loud, and I am a ride or die Swiftie. Obviously, you guys know that. I went to London to go see Taylor, but when I was at her concert, I didn't get any surprises, it was amazing. I didn't need to have surprises or guest appearances or whatever. I was just so happy to be at the Eras Tour. But I've never been at a show where there's been so many special guests and surprises and twists and turns and whatever. And to have Demi come out, I've never experienced anything like that. And she reunited with the Jonas Brothers, and they sang, and oh my God, my childhood heart was bursting.
Well, I think you have to mention the other.
Well, I will.
Okay.
But I just have to give Demi her flowers and her props, because she sounded unreal. She looked unreal. their vocal chemistry, it took me back to like watching Camp Rock as an 8-year-old and being like, oh my God, this is why I loved Camp Rock and the Disney Channel. Like, it was just iconic. So yeah, that was sensational. Now, the Jonas Brothers brought out another guest. Well, they brought out 4 guests. So they also brought out Switchfoot, which didn't mean too much to me. So I can't really heavily speak on that. They also brought out Dean Lewis, but I think we all kind of knew that was potentially going to happen because he's featured on their album. And an amazing song.
Their new release.
Greetings from Your Hometown. And an amazing song. Incredible. Now, the other guest that they brought out was Sir Jesse McCartney.
Is it Sir?
No,
not Sir Jesse. It's not like Sir Paul McCartney.
No, I know.
No, he's not even British, for God's sakes.
No, he's not. But it was the Jesse McCartney.
Right.
And what's crazy about this is before they brought him out, they were talking about how they were openers for his tour in 2006. And they didn't announce who he was at that point. So I was like trying to figure out in my head, who did they open for in 2006? Like, I really don't remember. I didn't like really get on the Jonas Brothers bandwagon till a little bit later. And then they were like, Jesse McCartney, like, welcome Jesse. And I was like, oh my God. And then it like immediately clicked in my head that back in 2006, we went to the US Open. And you and Mom had told me that we saw the Jonas Brothers.
Well, the Jonas Brothers were performing outside the stadium.
Yeah, for Arthur
Ashe.
For Arthur Ashe Kids Day.
Right, Arthur Ashe Kids Day.
For Arthur Ashe Kids Day, it was the Jonas Brothers and Jesse McCartney, and then it all clicked immediately that the Jonas Brothers were opening for Jesse McCartney that year in 2006, and we ended up seeing them at the US Open. And the fact that I'm going to be working at the US Open starting tomorrow.
I know, it's crazy.
It's just very like meta.
Well,
very
not
full
only
circle.
was Jesse McCartney a headliner in that show back in 2006 at the Open.
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Also
Wild. Like, girl would never show up at
Yeah.
the US Open now, but like so freaking cool.
I don't know if they do that anymore if they have musical.
They do have musical guests, and they're
is it
not
just on Kids Day?
I don't know if it's Arthur Ashe Kids Day, but they're not like as main. But I guess if you really think about it, like the Jonas Brothers in 2006 weren't mainstream.
No, but
they were only just starting.
But Rihanna was coming into her own, and Jesse McCartney.
He had a bunch of hits in 2006.
Yeah.
But
so that was a pretty big
deal.
But
like the Jonas Brothers were first starting out. So it was definitely like a full circle moment for sure. And yeah, just absolutely insane that this is all kind of happening in the same week with each other. So that's kind of my life update. And I just have to mention one more thing because like today is Wednesday and today is Wednesday. Today is actually Monday. We're recording on a Monday to like break, the fourth wall.
We're breaking the fourth wall, the audio fourth wall and video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
now that we're on YouTube.
Today on Instagram, the Kelsey brothers of New Heights podcast announced that they were going to be having a very, very special guest on their Wednesday episode, which is today when our episode is released. But we still don't know. It is still not actually confirmed, but all Swifties are conspiring that it will be Taylor Swift on the New Heights podcast on Wednesday. So, by the time our episode is released, let me
ask you a question because
I'm freaking out.
Obviously, I'm familiar with the podcast, but not with their production schedule. So, will that have already been recorded, or will that be recorded on Wednesday?
No.
Or will it be live on Wednesday?
It will be live on Wednesday, but what's different about this episode is that usually their episodes are released at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday, and this episode is to be released at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Is that because of Travis's training camp schedule?
Well, I don't know, but, nothing with Taylor Swift.
Is there anything significant about 7 p.m. with Taylor Swift?
Which is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Nothing about Taylor Swift is coincidental.
Right.
We know that to be damn well true.
Okay.
And I've been...
Oh, wait, is it August 13th?
It is August 13th.
Okay.
Wednesday is the 13th. So that is
Okay.
one. Wednesday is the 13th.
13 is her lucky number, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but August is, the month is 8, 7 p.m., 87,
Oh,
Travis's jersey number.
All right, that's a little bit of a stretch. But
it is a little bit of a stretch,
yeah.
but you know us Swifties like to claw and cling at legitimately
was that
everything.
your original thought?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Like, shout out to, I will say, like, I love a good clown. I love to clown. I love, seeing what the like hard Swiftie, and I am a hardcore Swiftie, but the hardcore Swifties like to plot and plan, and I like to like just follow them on TikTok, and I kind of go wherever the wind blows, and I like to just see what the people are finding, what the people are saying, and like Taylor Nation, which is like her official headquartered Instagram or like social media channel, Taylor Nation, posted and tweeted, "See you next era." So a lot of people are thinking that she is going to be releasing the name and the new era of her 12th studio album on New Heights on Wednesday, today. So it's a big week for us Swifties.
And darn well, speaking of our guests, another one of our guests, big time Swiftie, and that is Ali Vitali.
Yep.
I'm sure Ali will be glued to her.
I'll be DMing
whatever.
Ali. I'll be DMing her
on Wednesday at 7 p.m. before she goes to sleep.
Today. Yeah. On Monday. I will have to DM her and get her thoughts on if she thinks Taylor is going to be on New Heights.
Okay.
We should know by tomorrow, Tuesday, if it is officially confirmed that the guest is her. Like, yeah, it's just... It's insane. It's insane. Like, because a lot of us Swifties were discussing, a lot of people online were discussing, if us Swifties 3 years ago thought the Taylor Swift was going to be announcing a new album on her boyfriend's podcast, we would have said, no way in freaking hell would Miss Taylor Allison Swift be dropping her new era on her boyfriend's podcast. Like, that's absurd in the Taylor sphere, in the Swiftie sphere. So it's just it's a great time to be a Swiftie.
Let me ask you this. Do you think in 2026 the two of them will walk down the aisle?
I sure damn hope so. I mean, like, we've talked about this so many times. Like, I just want to see Taylor happy. And when Travis posted his photo dump, like, pure joy. I literally cried at the sight of his photo dump. And I just want her to be happy. And, like, if she's happy not engaged, then fine. If she's happy engaged, fine. If she's happy not being married, fine. If she's happy being married, fine. Like, I just want to see my girl happy. And, like, that is all I care about. And obviously, from the looks of it, from the outside looking in, like, Travis truly makes her happy, and that's all I really care about is her happiness at the end of the day. So engaged, not engaged, married, not married, I don't care. Sure, would I love to see it? Sure. Like, selfish me, yeah, I'd love to see a big damn rock on that girl's finger. I'd love to see all the wedding pictures in the freaking world. I want a whole Vogue spread.
My feeling is she gets engaged by the end of this year.
Yep. Married next year.
Married next year.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people think she's already engaged. Again, like, this is something we've spoke about.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, in her own time, things will come out and we'll know if she's engaged or not. We'll know if she's married or not. But I'm just happy. For now, I'm happy she's happy.
Right.
And we're coming up on football season and we're hitting WAG season once again. So I just can't wait to see her outfits, coming down the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a Swiftie in America.
When is it ever a bad time to be a Swiftie?
That's, you know what?
Right?
That's very true.
Right?
There's never a bad time to be a Swiftie.
I don't think there is.
That was a good one, Dad.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on in my life. Is there anything you want to share or divulge that's going on in yours?
Yeah, just it's not as big a deal as yours. Certainly, it's not.
All news is.
It's
good
not
news.
a new job. It's not.
Oh, whatever, pish posh.
I didn't go to a concert. Although I would have liked to have gone to the Jonas Brothers
You honestly
concert.
should have come.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a whole other can of worms.
Sorry, not for the
Yeah,
invite.
next week I'm going to start working with, and this is based on an experience that a friend of mine recently had, working with a nutrition coach, not a nutritionist, but a nutrition coach, and he said it just improved his overall health. And I said, you know what? There's never anything wrong with that.
No, there
right?
isn't.
And that's all. So I'm going to be working with this person, and a lot of her philosophy is in terms of what you eat, and she's a big believer in plant-based diets. And in fact, as part of this program, she had
So
me
you're
watch...
going to be a vegan now?
No, not a vegan. No, I'm not going full-blown vegan. No, but I did watch a couple of what I'll call eye-opening videos, and I'm not going to name them. It's not worth it. But where I really wanted to go to this is, obviously, plant-based, you eat a lot of vegetables, right?
Yeah.
And one of the vegetables that's on the list, it's really not a vegetable. Is it a legume or is it
It's a
bean?
legume. It's a
Lentils?
I think it's a legume.
Lentils, legumes?
I think so.
They're either legumes
I think
or
so
beans.
because
No, lentil beans. They're beans.
Oh.
They're beans. Anyway, I'm a big lover of lentil soup. So I decided,
And I wouldn't know because I'm allergic.
because you're allergic. So I
Yeah.
decided last night, for the very first time in my life, to make a homemade soup. In this case, obviously, lentil soup.
Yep.
I got to tell you, I am so damn proud of myself.
Honestly, it looked bomb.
The soup
I'm not
I
gonna
made,
lie.
I
He's
know
chefing it up.
I'm going out on a bit. It is the best damn lentil soup I've ever tasted.
Did Mom try it?
No, she's not a lentil soup fan. Yeah, but it is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I want to thank the good people, not that they're sponsors of ours, at Goya. I bought the Goya lentil beans.
Thank you, Goya.
And I used their recipe. It was freaking fantastic. I made enough that'll probably last me a week. If it'll keep that long.
No, you should.
Wow.
You can probably put it in the freezer, no?
That, without a doubt, it is my latest obsession.
Well, yeah, I guess that leads into our
Yeah.
ever so lovely obsession segment. So if that is your obsession.
Yeah, I may go on a soup making binge now. I just don't know. I may have to try making you know what?
Do you like chili?
Yeah, I do.
We just never make it.
But you know another kind of soup that I like? Ooh, this could be
What?
a good challenge for me.
What?
Split pea.
God.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
just really upsetting because everything you like, I
know.
really don't like.
Yeah, I know you're allergic to peas too.
No, I'm not allergic to peas.
Oh, I
but
thought you were.
I just say it when I go to a restaurant so I don't have to deal with like.
Okay. Yeah,
you know,
I'm a big split pea aficionado.
Is there any soup you would make that I would like? Like, would you make me like a homemade tomato soup?
See, I'm not a big tomato soup fan.
Oh
I'll for you though. I'll try it. I'll try making it.
No, because I feel like you make what you like.
You know,
the
now
best.
here's the deal. Up until now, without a doubt, your Aunt Gabrielle, my sister-in-law, has been the family queen of homemade soups.
Also, I remember my cousin or our cousin Barbara. She made amazing matzo ball soup one time for Passover.
So we've got some pretty damn good homemade soup makers.
I guess it runs in the family.
Yeah, in our family. But you know what? There may be a new sheriff in town. A new chef in town or whatever. Yeah. So get out of the way,
Chef
ladies.
Boyardee.
I'm coming for you. I really am.
Chef Boyardee.
I couldn't believe when I took that first taste.
Amazing.
God.
I
could not believe how good it was.
I honestly wish I could try it because I'm sorry. Like, there's no way I would do that for my own.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm felling this much over lentil soup. I'm
proud of. Are you proud of yourself? Was it like a proud chef moment?
Yeah. And you know what? What I didn't realize, how long it's not so much the prep. The prep wasn't long. The prep was kind of pretty easy.
Yeah.
But you really got to be patient because it's got to simmer for hours.
Yeah.
Really
and I
does.
will give you props because, I'm not hating or anything, but with some meals, it's hit or miss. But I feel like there's been a few solid cuisines you've made lately for dinner that have been hitting.
Yeah, the beer batter cod.
The beer batter cod.
That was restaurant quality.
That looked professional.
Yeah, wow.
And also I found this recipe on like Reels. It was this like chicken Caesar taco wrap kind of thing, and those were fire.
Yeah, wow.
They were really good.
Wow, so I'm on a
You're on
hot
a roll. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Yeah, keep it up. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. All right.
Keep it up.
Okay.
All right. Should I give my obsession?
Go for it.
Well, I guess now that you're going to be sort of kicking into this new like health journey, most of your obsessions you'll be back on the food obsession.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. So I feel like my obsession might be maybe not obvious, but it's the summer I turn pretty. I mean, the summer I turn pretty, I don't know if I've talked about it yet, but it's once a week. It just reminded me of back in the day where you had to actually wait once a week to see an episode of a television show. Like, do you remember that time?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago,
right.
But because streaming has overtaken our lives, it feels like ages ago.
Well, let's be honest. The term binge watching
it started in COVID, really.
Yeah, so it's relatively new.
Okay, but what do you prefer? Do you prefer the release of an episode a week, and so it's sort of
I'm now into the binge.
You're in the binge.
Into the binge, yeah, without a doubt.
I will say this has tested my patience, unlike anything else. Oh my God. Like, I'm like, we actually did this. This is sick.
Yeah.
It's sick.
I know.
No, it's literally sick.
We've gotten spoiled.
We've gotten so spoiled.
Yeah.
We're like, give me now. Right. I want now.
Yeah.
But, in a way, I'm kind of grateful for it because it lasts longer. And you have
White
something.
Lotus is that way.
Yeah, and
right?
you have something to look forward to every week.
Yep.
And everyone then talks about it every single week on the internet. So there's always something new to talk about. So obviously there's pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons to releasing something once a week. There's pros and cons to releasing something in a straight binge. But I actually, like, as much as it literally pains me once the credits roll every Wednesday, like, I'm grateful that we get another week of it, and we've got 6 more weeks of it. So yeah, I can't wait to see how the second half of the season concludes. It's been a roller coaster of a season. I've walked out of pretty much every episode infuriated, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Episode 5, if you know, was an absolute masterpiece. Thank you, Jenny Han. And yeah, that is my obsession.
So let me ask you this. We've now made it to 100.
Yes.
And again, congratulations.
That was a weak one.
I thought maybe...
Real one.
I thought maybe
no, that was bad.
We'd have a champagne toast.
No.
God, this is awkward. Okay. I thought we'd have a
champagne.
Because
you're using your weaker hand.
But obviously, that's not the case. So 2 questions for you.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
Do you think we'll make it to 200?
Why not? Be optimistic. Yeah.
Okay. And what would you like to see if you had a wish list?
Yeah.
For something monumental that would occur between episode 101 and 200. Mm-hmm. What would it be?
I want to get a guest that is on like my ultimate guest wish list.
Do you want to put the name out there?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it close to the chest for now.
Okay.
Because there's a lot. So like I can't just name one either. I know that's so cliche and annoying, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
First, do you think we're going to make it to 200?
I'll be honest enough to say I don't know. The only reason
fair.
not because I don't have
just I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is not for lack of desire. Mm-hmm. Only because,
don't know where life's going to take us.
Yeah. It's a hackneyed expression. It's somewhat cliche, but sometimes life gets in the way of things, right? Mm-hmm. So Look, you could be off on a brand new career whose demand on your time might make it difficult or at least challenging for us to do this. Now, what may happen if that were the case, maybe instead of us pumping out an episode every week, maybe we would have to be one a month. I don't know.
Every other week.
Or every other week. I just don't know. So that's the only reason why I'm saying I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my wish would be that we're no longer the best damn podcast you've never heard. Because I think we got a good thing. I've continued one of the reasons why we continue to do this, and I want to continue to do this. I think we've got a good thing going here. I really do. And for those of you who have been devoted listeners and now watchers,
and have been from episode 1 or started at episode 50 or whatever it is.
And we thank you a lot. I think there are a lot more people out there who would enjoy this. I really do.
Yeah.
So that's my big wish.
Yeah.
That's my big wish.
Well, got anything else you want to
Yeah. The only thing I will say is I'm not going to reveal names because that's been our practice that we haven't said who are going to be the upcoming guests. But I will say this. Episode 101, we will have a special guest. We do have some other guests lined up, or at least they have made commitments. I'll just say the areas in which these people work. TV news, sports, television, literature. Those are the areas right now that I can think of.
Yeah.
And pretty exciting. I'm very excited to talk to these people. One is already in the can. That will drop next week. Right? We've already done that interview, and that will be released next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But the others will probably be interviewing sometime in September, October, November, that kind of deal. Yeah. And of course, we continue to work. And as we always say, guys, we always welcome your suggestions. If there's a father-daughter duo that you're interested in learning more about, please, Jill, tell them the best way for them to get in touch with us.
DM us on Instagram, TikTok, or you can email us at talkstogopodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and we will do our best. By the way, for as many guests as we've had, you can imagine how many we've reached out to.
Yeah. Or maybe you can.
Or maybe you can, yeah. And then we've either gotten a no or no response. Which
is totally okay.
Yeah, but we just keep trying. We put our noses to the grindstone, and
that's why
just
we're
try
here
to reel them in.
100 and to hopefully 100 more.
Yeah.
So with that, do you want to put the 100th bow on the baby?
Yep. And again, congrats. It's been a blast.
God, just give me your real hand. No, give me your right hand.
Ready? There we go. High five.
Why are you sucking at high-fiving?
High five. PJ, you want to come in here and give a paw?
No.
Anyway, yeah, it's been a blast. I've enjoyed every minute of it. The guests, the banter with you, the trying new things, rapid fire roundups, cross examinations, all of it.
Yeah, it's gone in so many different directions.
Yeah, and maybe we'll come up with some new wrinkles, for the next century mark of the podcast.
Yeah.
So with that, that's it. That's it for me.
Put the 100th bow on the baby.
Yeah.
All right. We will talk to you guys. Well, before briefly we hang up this 100th episode, as I mentioned in this episode, I will be working at the U.S. Open for a solid 3 weeks. So if we don't release anything after our 101st special guest episode, you know where I'll be. Life potentially got in the way.
Yes.
My life got potentially super crazy and super busy. So I had to sort of put my mind...
It'll be a very brief hiatus.
Exactly. My mind and focus elsewhere.
Just a couple of weeks.
At the moment. But I will have a lot of good things and new experiences to talk about and to share, hopefully. So, so maybe I'll be able to share my journey on TikTok or on social media.
You know what? In that regard?
Yeah.
You want to make a prediction as to...
a U.S. Open prediction?
Yeah, as to who you think will win, men... We'll just go singles,
yeah.
Okay? Men and women, all right?
Oh, my God. I haven't even thought about this because, the nothing major, I haven't even done their bracket yet, so I haven't even thought about it. But, okay. Do I say who I think is actually going to win or who I want to win? Because that's
who you think is going to win.
Okay, who I think is going to win. I think Jannik Sinner is going to win the U.S. Open on the men's side.
Okay.
And for the women, I think... I don't know. Oh, my gosh. I feel like lately on both sides, there's so much depth to the field. Like, so many people are so good and so talented. What you give your men's first while I'm thinking of women's.
I'm gonna
It's hard. It's really difficult.
Look, the chalk would be either Sinner or Alcaraz, right?
And I'm going chalk.
I'm not going to go chalk.
Okay.
I'm just going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
Because I love his athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got, his personality is really emerging. I'm going to go with Ben Shelton.
Oh. I mean, he just won the Masters in Canada, so that's a good pick.
Yeah. I think someday he's going to put it all together. He's got a big-time serve. And I don't understand how somebody can forget about return. I don't understand how somebody can put a racket on somebody who's serving at 144 miles per hour.
It's wild.
To me, that's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I mean, in Major League Baseball, when a guy throws 101, 102, 103, how batters can even touch that, I don't understand.
Yeah.
So 144. To put your racket on the ball is one thing. To put it back over the net to get a solid return, if the rest of his game can come along with his serve, I just can't imagine where he will be. So I'm going to go with Ben
And he's
Shelton.
only 23.
I know, it's crazy.
Which is wild. And we know to be true that he plays extremely well at the Grand Slams. So maybe this is his hardcourt year.
Yeah. And his dad who's his coach, Brian Shelton, is very likable.
Yeah.
So
he's got world-class athlete Trinity Rodman by his side.
Yeah, so it's the package. He's the package right now.
All right, do you have
I'm going to go Ben.
Do you have your pick for women?
I'm going to go a little chalk. I'm going to go with my favorite.
Your girl.
My girl.
Yep.
She's not an American. Sorry, Coco. Sorry, Jessica Gula.
Maddie.
Sorry, Maddie Keys.
Yep.
There's something about Arena that I just like.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Sabalenka.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my girl, Sabby.
Okay. For me, I still don't know.
Okay.
I still don't know. I want to say Sabalenka, but it's been so up in the air lately. Like we had,
tough match today in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. Really tough match against Emma Raducanu. We had Mboko win in Canada, which was such an unlikely win.
Yeah.
Hometown hero, I don't know.
Coco?
Should I go? Yeah.
Want to go Coco? A Coco Sabalenka. That would be a rematch, right? Mm-hmm. Right? That was last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. I'll go my girl Coco.
And did Coco win? No.
I know. No, I think it was Sabalenka.
Sabalenka won.
Sabalenka.
Did she? God,
I know. I'm like, was Coco last year or the year before?
Everything gets blurred.
I know. I'm like, was she
blurred.
last year or the year before?
Anyway, but I think they were in the finals against each other last year, right?
Sabalenka, Sinner.
Sabalenka, Shelton. SSSS.
Wow.
Okay.
No. Coco.
You got Coco. I thought you just said Sabalenka. You said Sabalenka, right?
Did I?
You said you want Coco or Sabalenka?
Oh my God, I just snorted. Coco.
Okay. So you got Coco.
So Goff, Sinner.
Yep. And I've got
Sabalenka,
Shelton. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
So with that, we are officially putting our bow on. Oh my God, excuse me.
Putting the bow on the baby.
I'm speechless, clearly.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
Talk to you soon.
See you next week.
Bye.